Right.
Yes.
Right. I'm recording the session. Okay, that's fine. Let me open some of the documents for you. Right. So let me start discussing the SQL Server. Okay. You all know why we are here today, Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. Okay. The new batch is going to start from today onwards. Okay. So we are going to discuss SQL Server DBA. Please mute in case if you don't have questions. If you have questions, you can unmute and you can ask the questions. If you are facing issues in asking the questions, you can type the questions in the chat as well. Okay, I can see the chat messages so that I can reply for them. Okay, in case if you don't have questions, you can mute. Why? Because the sound is going to be recorded in the recording files, right? So that's why you can mute it in case if you don't have questions. Right. Thank you so much. Okay. So we are here to discuss the SQL Server. Okay, SQL Server means what? What is meant by SQL Server? Where we are going to use the SQL Server? Okay, what is meant by database? How we are going to use the database? What is an application? What is an application architecture? What are the regular DBA activities? How will be the role of a DBA in a company? What is the growth of the DBA? What kind of work he is going to do regularly? What are the chances of getting DBA job coming future? Okay, these things and all we are going to discuss in today's class. We will not discuss too much of okay SQL Server subject in today's class. We are not going to do a deep dive, just a basics of the course, very basics of the course, how to learn, how to record, how to practice, everything we are going to discuss in today's session. From tomorrow onwards, actual classes are going to begin. Okay. Fine. Just 1 minute, please. Don't mind. People are facing some difficulties in joining the meeting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So, what is a SQL Server? Anyone having any idea what is meant by SQL Server? Just a basic idea. What is meant by SQL Server? I don't want any like definition and all. Just a basic idea. What is the SQL Server? Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Right. So let me start with the SQL Server discussion. SQL Server, okay? We can call it as SQL Server also. This is a product of Microsoft, okay? This is a product of Microsoft. So we'll call it as a MS SQL Server or Microsoft SQL Server, okay? Right. So SQL Server is an RDBMS software, okay? Is an RDBMS software. What is meant by RDBMS? We'll discuss, okay? RDBMS means a relational database management system. RDBMS means relational database management system. That is the way of storing the data in a database. How you are going to store the data, okay? That's called RDBMS. RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. Before RDBMS, we have DBMS concept, Database Management System. EF card proposed a relationship between the tables. So it was invented by EF card. Usually we can say the father of RDBMS is EF card. Okay. So RDBMS means simply Relational Database Management System. In case if you don't understand that one, okay, forget about it. As of now, I'll explain you what is meant by RDBMS. SQL Server is a database software, okay, which will be used for okay, storing the data, processing the data, and retrieving the data. Okay, storing the data, processing the data, and retrieving the data. By using SQL Server, you can store the data, okay, and you can process the data, and you can retrieve the data. That is the main usage of the SQL Server. To store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data, we are going to use SQL Server software. Okay. Like SQL Server, we have a lot of RDBMS softwares. Oracle is an RDBMS software. DB2, MySQL, NoSQL, MongoDB, Postgres. Lot of database DBMS softwares or RDBMS softwares are there in the market. Like we have lot of smartphones, right? You may use Apple smartphone, you may use Oppo, Vivo, MI, Samsung. Lot of smartphones are there. Your wish depends upon the budget, depends upon the features you are going to use the smartphone. In the same way, in the market, lot of RDBMS softwares are there. SQL Server, Oracle, DB2, MySQL, NoSQL, Postgres, MongoDB. These are all different database softwares are there in the market. Depends upon the project requirement, depends upon the client requirement, depends upon the features, depends upon the compatibility of the project. People are going to choose their own database software. Where we are going to use the software? We just discussed SQL Server is an RDBMS software to store the data, to process the data, and to retrieve the data, right? So where we are going to use the software? Where we will use it? Anyone having any idea where we are going to use the software? Okay. So let me open one application for you. What is meant by an application? What is an application? Daily you are using WhatsApp. It's an application. Daily you are using maybe a daily or very regularly or randomly you are going to use some online shopping applications. Okay. Amazon.in. Okay, it's an application. Flipkart.com, it's an application. Net banking, it's an application. IRCTC, it's an application. Everything is an application only. Okay, we can call it as apps. Okay, apps means applications. Everything is an application only. Remember one thing, every application need a database in the backend. Without the backup database, no application can survive. Every application contains a three-tier architecture. Once you opened Amazon.in in your browser, if you just open Amazon.in or Flipkart.com, anything, if you just open the application in the browser, you can see an interface, right? You can see the home page and all. This is called an application interface. Application is just an interface between the user and the database. For example, I want to buy one product here. Okay, let me go with this smartwatch. I just want to buy this smartwatch. The actual information is stored in a database, right? But you cannot pull the data. See, whenever you want to do shopping, just by opening Amazon.in, you cannot write query, I need smartband 5, please. Okay, you cannot write the query. Why? Because all people are not developers to write the query to pull the data. Okay, so it should be very easy to pull the data. How we can pull the data? Once you just open the application, okay, if you just click on any product, automatically you can open the, or you can see the product details. Okay, automatically you can see the product details. How you can see the product details? How you can see the product details? Whenever you are clicking on any item on the page, in the backend, it is going to run one query on the database. That query will give the output. That output again the application server is going to display on the application interface. So application is an interface between your database and the user. Clear? So if you see the architecture, every application will have this three-tier architecture. Every application will have this three-tier architecture. Whenever you open Amazon.in, it's just an application. Just for example, I'm saying, Whenever you open Amazon in the Amazon.in in the browser, then that request will goes to this web server first. Immediately once you just open the browser and once you just type Amazon.in and hit enter, automatically it will go to the web server first. That request will pass to the web server first. Every application will have this three-tier architecture. Remember, very clear, every application will have this three-tier architecture. Why we are discussing in the first class itself, okay? You have to know the exact reason why we are going to use the SQL Server. I know here a lot of people are there from computer background, some of doesn't have computer background, okay? So we don't know what is this application and all, okay? So we have to know, it's our responsibility as a DBA. If something happened in the organization, what we have to do? It may be a problem with the database, it may be a problem with the application server, it may be a problem with the web server, it may be a problem with the network. So don't blame database because of database only I'm not pulling the data. Okay, don't blame the database. Lot of requests involved in this three-tier architecture, right? So this is very basic how a database will work, where the database can see what exactly a database do. So if you know these things, you can understand better, okay, for the remaining classes. And also whenever you just hit Amazon.in in the browser, automatically the request will goes to web server. What is this web server? Web server will simply, okay, it is going to actually Amazon.in. Can you please just 1 minute? Yes, Santosh.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. Can you please mute it if you don't have questions? Yeah, thank you. Okay, fine. So what web server will do, if you open actually Amazon.in will have an IP address. Okay. If I say, hey, Sai, please open 192.168.1.222 to open my application, then are you able to remember the IP address? Or else if I say like, please open 172.179, okay, .1.224 to open Amazon.in application, are you going to remember the IP address? How many IP addresses you can remember? It is very difficult to remember 10-digit phone number only. How you are going to remember the IP addresses to open an application? Okay, so what your web server will do, your web server is going to convert the IP address into the domain name. Domain name means Amazon.in. Okay, Amazon.in website name, domain name, we can call it as the domain name as well. Amazon.in actually runs on an IP address, but you don't know what on what IP address it is running. So web server simply it will convert a domain name into IP address and IP address into domain name. That is how it is going to convert. That is the usage of the domain web server. Okay, whenever you type Amazon.in here in the browser, automatically the request will goes to the web server. It will simply convert your your name into IP address. Then it will found the exact IP address for Amazon.in. Then it will try to access. Then that web server send a request to the application server. This is the tier 2 is your application server. There actually the particular application will be pulled into your browser. Okay, once you got the application server, if you see here, I told you, right, I want to buy this product. Okay, if I click on this product, you can see the information of this product. What is the company name, what is the power of this particular, what are the features of this particular product, how many ratings, how many questions answers, what is the price, okay, when it will be delivered, okay, what are the written policies, everything will be there in the particular product page. So whenever you are clicking here, you know what is happening? Whenever you are clicking here, don't think you are doing a single click. Okay, whenever you are clicking here, automatically you are able to get the product, means it is running the application server, sending, whenever you click on the application product, it is sending a request to the database server. On the database, that particular query is running. How that query will be? Something like this. Okay, select Durafit Compact 1.25 HP, where threadmills, maybe table name called threadmills table is there. From the table, it is pulling the Durafit Compact 1.25 threadmill information. All this information will be stored in a table. Remember the complete information of the product. Please mute it if you don't have questions, please. Okay, so all this product complete product information at the end of the day, it is going to store in a table. Okay, whenever application, okay, sorry for that, not this one. Yeah, whenever you are clicking on any product, application server will send a request to the database server. On the database, the specific query will run. Once you run a query, you are not going to run anything, automatically it will be run. Okay, so once the query ran on the database, the query will give you the output, right? That output again database server will send it to the application server. Application server will send it to the web server. Web server will send it to the browser. Okay, that's why you can see the product information. You can think I'm simply doing a single click. Okay, you can think I'm simply doing a single click, but in case, okay, what is happening in a single click? 7 requests are happening in a single click. What are those 7 requests? The single click goes to the web server. Web server will like pull the or initiate the application server. Application server the particular, okay, query to the database server. That query will execute on the database server. Okay, and the results will come, right? Those results will be sent it to the application server again, and application server send the results to the web server, and web server send the results to the browser, so that you can see the product information. This is how a three-tier architecture will work. Don't think this is special for Amazon. Every application will work in the same. Your WhatsApp also will work in the same. Every application will work in the same manner. Application means it's a complete three-tier architecture. Every application will have the same manner. So here if you see, application will be there in the front end. It is going to act as an interface between the user and the database, right? Why? Because you don't know the query to pull the product. You don't know the query. Actually, one query should be ran to pull this product, but you don't know the query. You just know to click on the item. That's it. Once you click on the item, all these 7 requests are going to be done. Okay, in a fraction of milliseconds. You know, right? How quickly the data is coming. How quickly the data is coming. In this fraction of milliseconds only, all these 7 requests has been completed, and you are able to see the product information. So application will always be act as a front end. Okay, you can see the only application whenever you just open amazon.in, you can only see the front end. So that's why we can call applications as in front end applications. Database always it will be in the back end. That's why we are going to call database softwares as a backend softwares, backend database softwares. Applications are front end applications, database softwares are backend database softwares. Depends upon the requirement. Amazon can use SQL Server as a database software. Amazon can use Oracle as a database software. It may use DB2 from IBM as a database software. It may use Postgres, it may use MySQL, it may use NoSQL, it may use DB2, it may use MongoDB. Lot of database softwares are there. It depends upon the project, it depends upon the requirement, it depends upon the features. Okay, so if Amazon is using SQL Server or MS SQL Server as a SQL DBAs, our work is going to start. If any application is using, some companies may use database as a SQL Server database, some companies may use as Oracle. So Oracle will have Oracle DBS, SQL Server will have SQL DBS. Okay, as a SQL DBS, we have to maintain the database in the backend. Is it clear? The application architecture, any issues, any doubts here, please? Let me know in case of any doubts. Everyone, please clear. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, fine. So let me, yeah, right. Okay, so this is your preparation, DB activities and SQL preparation. Yes. So what is a SQL server? Simply SQL server is an RDBMS software, okay, which is going to use to store the data, to process the data, to retrieve the data. Where we are going to use the software? We can use the software as a backend database software for any of the applications. Okay. So it is going to act as a backend database software. So what will be the duties of and activities? What a DBA will do once the course is completed, okay? Once you got the job, you will be promoted as a database administrator. Okay, you have to work as a database administrator. You can call, okay, database administrator. Those who are working on the databases maintenance, they are DBAs. DBAs means don't think only SQL DBA. DBA means is going to maintain a database. That database may be a SQL database. That database may be Oracle database. If you are maintaining a SQL database, you are a SQL DBA. If you are maintaining a Oracle, you are Oracle DBA. If you are maintaining a MySQL database DBA. If you're maintaining NoSQL DBA. Okay, DBA is just a generalized word. Okay, he can maintain a SQL, he can maintain other RDBMS softwares as well. Okay, what he will do, what a DBA will do, especially what a SQL DBA will do, okay, in the organization. Okay, so what kind of activities will be there for a DBA in the company, right? So as a SQL Server DBA, database administrator or administration, whatever you can call it is. Okay, as a SQL DBA, you can install the SQL servers. You are the responsible one to install the SQL servers, to manage the SQL servers, to maintain the SQL servers. As a database administrator, you are the responsible one to install, manage, and maintain the SQL servers. Okay, and creating logins.